It seems everything is going online. And let's see here. Hey, what's up, classic TV fans? Rick 9G here. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. I know people will start trickling in soon enough. I want to thank you all for joining me on this lovely, lovely Sunday, the beginning of the June live stream. This is very, very cool. I'm glad that I'm able to do more of these and that you're all able to join me. Very, very happy. The Lobster, Rick 9G. I got a big suntan today. Sunburn. Suntan. It's definitely burned. I can tell you that. All of you in the comments, say hello. Say hi in the chat. I have my merchandise pinned there. Super chats are active. Hellos are active. I always love to hear where you're all from. So let me know in the comments below. I will try to read as many as possible. Top priority of the chat goes always to super chats. That's just how it works. So I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing fantastic today. Nice to see a lot of you there. Howdy from Detroit. Let me know what city you're coming from, if you're from another country, if you're from Canada, maybe what state. I always love to see where people are tuning in from, see how far people are tuning in from. Already the first person to mention a city, Detroit, Michigan. Look at that. That's awesome. Nice to see you, Cassandra. Emily, Jenny, awesome. Very, very cool. North Carolina, Scott's tuning in. Lakeland, Florida. A lot of storms there, no? Is that what I've heard? But then I also saw videos from Miami where it was super clear. So yeah, there's a lot of people on here, so don't forget to leave a like if you haven't yet, to boost up the live stream, to boost up, to let people know what the channel is about and so forth. Indianapolis, look at that. Minneapolis, Minnesota. I've been there. I've been to Minnesota. Indiana, Napa, California. I've been to Napa. Very, very cool. Western Michigan. Oh, excuse me. Western Washington State. There we go. Huntington Beach, not too far. Classic OC. Now I know why you're classic OC. Watertown, New Jersey. More Floridians. Fort Myers, Assam, Bangor, Pennsylvania. Allen, Texas. I will be going to Texas soon. I'm going to be visiting Texas. I've been to Texas before, to the airport. I've flown in layovers. But for the first time, I will be in Austin, Texas. I'm so excited to be able to see the Formula One race in Austin, Texas in October. So I'm super excited. Des Moines, Iowa, Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm guessing. San Diego, I've been to San Diego, lovely town. Pennsylvania, Fort Payne, Alabama. Look at that. Victorville, the high desert in California, right? Always hit the thumbs up on the way in. Thank you, Tom A. I do appreciate that and the support. Flagstaff, Manhattan, New York City. I've been to Manhattan. Not 623 East 68th Street, though. That's awesome. Love Manhattan. I fell in love with New York City when I went there. New York State, I bussed across the whole state, and that was so much fun. That was so much fun. Thanks to everyone for the likes so far. I think we can get the likes higher than the amount of people on here. Is that even mathematically possible? Let's try it out, but I do appreciate all of that. Brandy's unboxings and more. Well, welcome to the channel. Hopefully, Brandy, you are subscribed. You are subscribed, actually, because if this is a subscriber-only chat, so if you are subscribed, that's the only way you can chat. So that is awesome. Charlie, Austin is a very cool city. It looks like it. It's going to be really interesting. Scott B, it's good to finally put a face with a voice on the videos. Yeah, right? A lot of people don't know what I look like. It's like the mystery, but yes, this is me. It's not a computer-generated voice or anything crazy like that. I actually am alive, and I breathe, and I'm drinking a mysterious clear liquid. Oh, let's see. Right now in Lawsonville, North Carolina. Gotham? Darn, I thought you were actually in Gotham. That is awesome. Yeah, so let's talk a couple things. We're going to even do some trivia and so forth. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we start out with some trivia? This channel started with I Love Lucy. A little bit of trivia. You can put it in the chat down below. How many seasons? We're starting trivia now. I'm just getting into trivia. I was going to go over some fun news and stuff, but let's start with trivia. We're not going to end with it. We're going to start with it. How many seasons were there of I Love Lucy? How many seasons were there of I Love Lucy? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me know. Not counting the hour-long episodes. Okay, we're talking about half-an-hour episodes. How many seasons were there of I Love Lucy? I'd love to see the answer down below as people will start to answer the question. Now, don't be influenced by anyone else and don't look these up. We're just going by the honest policy here. All right. Connecticut, Oklahoma, Missouri. Very, very cool. Oh, people are chiming in. I see 8 seasons. I see 4 seasons. I see 13 seasons. 9 seasons. Very, very cool. Okay, a lot of answers. I see 6. What should it be? I see another 9. All right, countdown. Get your final answers in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is 6 seasons. 6 half-an-hour seasons of I Love Lucy. 179 episodes. 181 if you count the Christmas and the pilot. So very, very cool. That is awesome. A lot of you got that. Some of you didn't, but now you know. You can tell other people. Okay, let's go with the Munsters, because we're going to be talking a little bit about the Rob Zombie Munsters movie in a little bit. A lot of you are supporting those videos amazingly. So let's do this. How many seasons were there of the original series of the Munsters? Half-an-hour episodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me know. How many seasons were there of the Munsters? Love to see this. Let's go. Let's do this. All right, I think people are starting to answer. How many seasons were there of the Munsters? Don't be influenced by anyone's answers. They could be wrong. They could be right. Only you know. All right, I'm starting to see a couple answers trickling in. Starting to see 4. I'm seeing 5. Wow. I'm seeing 3. I'm seeing 2. I'm seeing 6. A lot of interesting answers there. Okay, no one thinks it's one season. So that's interesting. Is that a given that it's definitely not one season? All right, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There were only 2 seasons of the Munsters, and then the show was canceled. Only 2 seasons. Seems like there was more. I don't know how many episodes exactly. I would say around 60-something episodes. Not that many. Feels like there were more. They were so entertaining and so good that people just love them, right? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I got a tan. I got a burn. I'm definitely burned. All right, Addams Family. How many seasons of the original Addams Family? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe more. Let me know in the chat. Awesome, awesome. Jason Coleman, been with you since you first started and like the videos that you do. Keep up the good job. Thank you, thank you. All right, here we go. Addams Family. We're starting to see how many answers. Oh, I have to show you my shirt too. Season is essentially, the show starts in the fall, ends in the spring, summer hiatus. That's what season, it's a good question. That's how seasons are categorized. So it's seasons. Okay, I see 4. I see 6. I see 2. I see a lot of 2s. I see some 3s. I see a lot of 4s too. All right. And we see 2. Okay, get your last ones in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There were also 2 seasons of the Addams Family. In fact, the Addams Family and Munsters both had 2 seasons. Both got canceled. Both premiered in the same month of the same year, and so they were not copies of each other. A lot of people assert that, ooh, one show copied the other. They were in different networks. You cannot possibly write a show and air it and let it come out the same week and copy one. It's not. You can't make a show that quickly and cast everyone and do makeup and all that stuff. So 2 seasons. All right, we'll do one more show. Very, very popular one on this channel. Gilligan's Island. How many seasons were there of Gilligan's Island? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe more. Let me know. Let me know. How many seasons were there of Gilligan's Island? Yes, John Anderson. Same month. I believe it's September 1960 something. But yes, September of the same week. Really cool. All right. We're guessing, or we know. You may guess, but maybe you know. How many seasons of Gilligan's Island This will be the last one. 99 shows, 99 episodes is what Marzi is saying. 3 seasons. Elsine says too many seasons. New Yorker 5 seasons. I see 3 seasons. Well, I'll give you a clue. One of the seasons was black and white. I'll tell you that. So that would imply there's more than one season, which I think most of you got. No one said 1 yet. And here we go. It is 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 seasons. Good job. A lot of you got it. 3 seasons of Gilligan's Island. Isn't that awesome? I love that show. One of my favorite shows ever. Thank you, Rebecca. You love the channel. So let's talk a little bit about the Monsters movie. The Monsters movie by Rob Zombie. Now, I'm not really into remakes. When I heard about this, I was like, ugh. And to be honest, I never was a fan. So I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff today. I was never a fan of the original Halloween. I never was interested to watch it until I was with a friend and they were like, Rick, you have to watch the original Halloween. You love movies, you love art and cinema. You have to watch it. It's like a classic, right? And so I watched it, and I have to tell you, and this is no diss or this is no offense to anyone. This is my opinion. I could not stand the movie. I didn't like it. People were saying it's so genius, the shots and everything. It's not my type of movie. The blood, the gore. I'm not like anti-blood or gore, but I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. It wasn't scary to me at all. I think Psycho's a better film, to be honest, and maybe that's not like a fair comparison. But I was never a fan of the original Halloween. I just wasn't. The music is iconic, but that's about it. A guy riding in like this, what do you call it? This, not pickup truck, but it's a wagon, right? I don't know. Not my thing. Not too interesting to me. A little hokey. And yeah, I didn't like it. And so Rob Zombie remade it. I watched that one, and it was just out of control, like blood and gore. I didn't like that one either. And so I'm not a fan of all that Rob Zombie stuff. Again, nothing against him. I just don't like that genre of movie. So when I thought he was going to making the Munsters, I was like, oh no. But then I heard that he was a big fan of it, and I was like, okay, that could be really bad or really good. And I said, I'm going to cover this because I really, really, really love the Munsters. And so I started looking at it. I started looking at what was going on. I was pleasantly surprised. It's not supposed to, and he said it, he's like, this is not supposed to be better than the original. I don't want that. I just want to have an homage, like an honoring of it, right? It's not even like he wants to make it on par. He just wants us to have fun. And so all these little characters that he's putting in, I think are really cool because it's like what we do here. We deep dive into these shows that we love so much and we learn more about them, and I go into detail. The whole purpose is to like honor the shows that I cover, the people. And so I think he's doing that. It's really interesting. It's not perfect by any means. I would have wanted to maybe if he would have picked some more well-known actors, but it's not bad. It's not a bad thing so far. I have my little things with it, but I'm going to cover it either way. And I want to know your thoughts about this so far. Put your thoughts in the comments. What are you thinking so far of the Munsters movie that's being made by Rob Zombie? I'm at, I believe, 18 or 19 videos that I've made showing the development. We're almost at 20, and it's really interesting to see everyone's feedback. Those videos have exploded in popularity because a lot of you have just been really interested in knowing. Everyone wants to know when's the release date. We don't have one. Everyone wants to know, is Marilyn and Eddie going to be in there? Not confirmed. We don't know. Is Spot going to be in there? We don't know. But we do know a lot. All right. So some of you enjoyed things. Jared says Friday the 13th films more than slasher films. Yeah, I'm not really into the whole slasher stuff. I like the old Universal monster movies too. I did a whole thing this Halloween. I might revisit some of the sequels for this year in October. Keep it up. I mean, keep with it. Yes. Let's see. You don't have the stomach for some of the bloody stuff. So what's really cool about this Munsters film, I was really pleased hearing this. It's going to be PG. Let me tell you, there are not many films that are PG. Have you ever heard of the, what do you call it? Pee Wee Herman, the movie that was on Netflix? I was cringing. I was like, no, why are they doing this? it's going to be all highly sexualized, and that was my thing. And it was going to be maybe violent and vulgar. It was very like G-rated. It was very sweet. It had a really good message. It was fun. I think we need more of that. We already have the other stuff. Give me the minority of what we love, right? And it wasn't the best movie ever, but it was entertaining. It was pure. It was clean, and I like that. I like that a lot. And so if Rob is going to do something like that, it's going to be rated PG, he said. It's going to be great. It's not going to be focused on blood and gore. It's going to be focused on the comedy, the characters, the writing. If you don't have the distraction of sex, blood, and gore, then you're going to have to focus on writing. So the writing is going to have to be up to par, right? Yeah, so as I've covered in a couple of my videos, Sweet Savage asks, is there any chance Butch Patrick ends up in the new Munsters movie? So he will be in the movie in some way, some form. From what I've heard, it will more likely be audio, and other people have said that he might make an appearance as like another character and maybe allude to Eddie, something like that, but someone else is going to play Eddie. Thank you for the thumbs up, Mama. Let's see. No, Butch Patrick. Yeah, he'll be in there for sure. And there's we're gonna have Pat Priest, one of the original actresses who played Marilyn Munster. She'll be in there somehow, whether it's voice or visuals and so forth. Yeah, so it's gonna be cool. Yeah, Gilligan's Island movie. I would not want to see that. That I would want to be left alone, because I don't know. Could they make it pure and fun and so forth? I think they could. That would be the only treatment that I would even bear to look at. It needs to be in the same vein of this Munsters movie, if that happens, right? And I would even say Total Zaz, I don't know if I said your name right. The original Pee-wee movie was nice and easy to watch. I think there were intense parts, like Large Marge, and then the whole like dancing in that bar and stuff. Those things were more intense than the new one. They didn't have anything like that in the new one. So if you are a fan of that, go ahead and check it out. You will be surprised. You'll be like, wait, this came out like after 2015? What? Like, does this kind of stuff exist anymore? It does. So that's kind of cool. Randy, who's our wonderful moderator. A big round of applause for Randy, everyone. He keeps the channel going. He keeps the moderation going in the live streams, and he's been a great help. He says, I love the way you and Rob have previewed this movie. I don't think anyone has ever done this much previewing. Yeah, right? I think it shows the love he has for this project, because at some point he may get a little sick of the Munsters. I don't blame him, but right, when you live and breathe this for the long time, almost a year now that he's been, and I'm sure he's planned on it before and written scenes and things like that and had people in mind, so he's probably done this for a lot of his life. So I am very happy that he's able to show us these little snippets. One thing that I wish they would have done with Being the Ricardos movie that they didn't do, they just said, hey, it's coming out. They didn't have any of the behind the scenes stuff. They didn't have anything of what Rob is doing, and I'm appreciative to Rob because he didn't have to do that. He could just premiere his movie, but I think he's smart. He was creating very intelligent decisions in getting the taste out there and getting you to want to watch this movie, whereas Being the Ricardos wasn't like that. It was just, hey, this is coming out, and it came out. And so I wasn't interested much in that project. I kind of told you about that. I haven't watched the movie. I have no desire to watch it. So, but with this Munsters movie, I think it's a little different. All right. Oh, I also have to show you this, my shirt. If anyone knows what the reference to this is, 10 brownie points to you. Importer, exporter, Vandalay Industries, latex and latex-related goods. Where is that from? I know some of you will absolutely know. I'll shout you out, the people that I see say that in the comments. So, yes. So, yeah, okay. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I wanted to talk about the previous videos that I've also covered. So, let me prop some of them up just for me here so that I can kind of go through some of the videos that I've had and we can talk about them because there's a lot to talk about and things that we've covered. Oh, that's right. Yes, that's a reference to Seinfeld. So I love this shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts today, so I wanted to show it all to you. Yes, I work for Vandalay Industries. It's wonderful. If you're a Seinfeld fan, you know what it is. Everyone pretty much is right. Everyone knows. This was too easy. Was this too easy? It was too easy. You were real smart. But I think you'd appreciate that shirt. Such a good thing. I love that shirt. Anyway, And I want to wear it to one of the car shows so that when Jerry Seinfeld appears, he can see that, and maybe he won't care because that's Jerry Seinfeld. Anyway, okay, I was really interested in making that video about the mafia and Desi Arnaz because I never heard of that, and when I did, I wanted to tell all of you about it. And it was really interesting. Most people loved it and so forth. Some people were very surprised about it. Some people didn't know about it, which makes sense. And then, I was just really happy at the reception for that video. So I really do appreciate it. I made a couple Seinfeld videos. Just look at my playlist. Not too many. I think 10, not bloopers, but I haven't made bloopers. I think I made like 10 people that appeared on the show or something like that. I would do more Seinfeld. It's not for everyone, but absolutely, yeah. Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction. I usually cover shows that I'm really big fan of that I watch a lot. Those shows don't qualify as in my list, unfortunately. Okay, the lie detector thing for Gilligan's Island. That was a fun one because when I had seen that, I wanted to premiere it to all of you. And when I showed it to you, a lot of people were really receptive on that. Again, it's these Gilligan Island fans that really catch all of this stuff. And it's really, really interesting. I want you all to put in the chat for me, what are your more interested videos? Are there the update videos like on the Munsters? Do you like the bloopers? Do you like the fun facts? Do you like the crazy history? Sometimes the crazy history is fun stuff. So I want to read your thoughts on this because it's very, very interesting. And yeah, I want to hear that. I don't want to go into the next topic yet. I'll see what she says. So Jared says, I can't recall when I first heard the story about the mafia story, but I was surprised when I first heard that the mob put a hit out on Desi. Yeah, it's interesting. And again, there's different versions of it. I always like to cover the different versions, whether they're right or wrong. That's not my thing, because some people were alleging, hey Rick, this may not even be real. I said that in the video because it was someone's version of it, and I go in through it in the video and I explain it very well and very clearly, and some people understood that. Other people are like, well, why are you showing this if maybe it's not real? Well, that's the whole point. We're showing all versions here and stuff. Okay, let's see what everyone says. People like the fun facts, the crazy history, the fun facts. Norma C, fun facts. Christopher K says, I like the bloopers. Fun facts. Very, very cool. All of it. Crazy facts. More Addams Family, please. I think let me see. Yeah, I've made a lot of Addams Family videos. Check out my playlist. Sometimes I let shows go on the back burner or on hiatus, and then I go to others, and I will always do that. I will fly back between shows and everything. It's also dependent on the views too. If I make a certain show and it's not getting the views, then I have to move on to something else until I come back to it, or maybe I'll leave it all together, Colonial Twin Folly says, we'll love to see Gilligan's Island bloopers, but I don't think none exist. Oh, yes. If you have not, that means you have not checked out, and that's okay if you haven't. You haven't checked out my Gilligan's Island videos. You can go Rick9G, Gilligan's Island playlist, boom. Type that in, or there's a link in the description for Gilligan's Island playlist. There's a link. You click on there, and then it takes you to all my Gilligan's Island videos. I have tons of Gilligan's Island blooper videos. Tons of them. Tons of them, tons of them. You like when I point out continuity and prop errors. Those are fun. That's extremely fun. I also like the on-location stuff. It mixes it up, and honestly, it gets me away from this type work, which is great, because usually you can't see what I'm looking at here. I have screens, I have cameras, I have a light, I have my microphone, I have my iPad, I have my drink, my mouse, speakers, all that. But anyway, I use a lot of this to make my videos and my voice and so forth, my microphone. I can even show my mic setup. There we go. And I don't care if it shows a little bit. There we go. And the whole point is sometimes I like to go out. It feels like it resets everything that I'm doing here. And so if I go out and maybe I do a video where maybe someone's passed away, I visit a cemetery, maybe I go to an old movie studio, I was one of the first YouTubers who ever went to the location where I Love Lucy was filmed. And now, I don't know if you all know, so this is a fun fact. When I went to the original location, which is, still in LA, where they filmed I Love Lucy, I showed you where the door was. I showed you where the entrance that said Desilu Playhouse. I have that video. You can look it up. This was years ago. This was like 5 years ago, maybe more. All of a sudden, right, I made that video. That area was there since 1951, since I Love Lucy premiered. All of a sudden, 2-3 years go by, and they paint the whole outside the studio pink, and they put a big plaque out there that says, I Love Lucy, site of the filming of I Love Lucy. Coincidence? I don't know. But it seems like the channel might have brought a little bit of eyes on that. I think that some of the people, even who maybe worked there, weren't even aware. Because, some of that history is lost. And so I like to make sure that all of this stuff stays out in the open. Tom A says, history of actors, fun facts, things don't notice. The water tower on Hogan's Heroes. Yep, that's the Desilu water tower. Okay, I'm trying to see. Ooh, that went by fast. Scott, do you ever reach out to people involved in the shows to get more info on the bloopers and facts? That's a great question. I don't. I get my research from other sources. And what's important to know there is, unfortunately, a lot of people who were involved in the shows are gone. They passed away. The actors, the cast, the producers, they're gone. And so I have to use other means. And honestly, a lot of people, I don't want to say reach out, but they're very hesitant to reach out and so forth. I'm sure that'll happen in the future, but not now. So I kind of plow my own path in that sense. So my daily upload says, what do you think about It's About Time? I made a video on It's About Time. It shared so much set costume with Gilligan's Island. Yep, I made a video on that. One of my most popular videos. Got over 50,000 views. Very, very cool. And yeah, so be sure to check out that video. Adam 12 Emergency. I've made quite a few videos on Emergency. One not so long ago on the Psycho House appearing, which is nuts. The Psycho House, and even like an old granny who appeared like Mother. It was really, really cool. David S. says, I like when you show the rare photos like Red Fox with Orson Welles and Ray Charles and Wanda Page. I'm glad you like that. That's something new. So a lot of you may not know this. There's a community tab, and the community tab is kind of like a Facebook that's embedded. It's not really Facebook, it's YouTube, but YouTube kind of used that. So it keeps, I could put videos up there. I could put videos that maybe weren't watched, or I can also put images. I can put a lot of different things, and all things that connect with the show, right? I put one today of Yvonne Craig, right? Batgirl in on the beach, right? And that's like a little thing. Summer is coming and so forth. So that's really cool. I'm going to do more of that. It's just getting you all in the mood of like nostalgia and old shows and stuff. All right, one of your favorite videos is about Desi shoes. Isn't that cool? What I really like is I want to revisit those videos and maybe, I don't want to say make them again, but let's say like review that topic because it was so popular. Believe me, there are people who still haven't seen that video and still ask me like the same questions. And so I could come out with that video again, change everything up, review it in a different way, and maybe ask why did you wear those shoes and make the video focused on that, tell a little bit about the fact and do that because again, a lot of these facts and a lot of these videos, sometimes they watch and sometimes they don't. Anyway, we have a super chat, our first super chat. Super chat's a great way to support the channel. We have our first $5 super chat. So if you want to support the channel, it's a great way. And it's a great way for me to highlight your name and so forth and to keep it in the live stream. So Chris Ford, thank you. And a big shout out to you for the first $5 super chat of the live stream. That's awesome, with a little pair that says keep it up. So I appreciate you and I appreciate the super chat. You're awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah, so if you ever want to send me things and so forth, I would not suggest you email me because I can't guarantee a response there. Facebook, community page on YouTube, or Instagram. Those are the three ways that you can contact me. Those are the only three ways. Everything else, it just gets a little too hectic. So I don't have Twitter. I don't have other social media, just those three. All right. Yes, Jeff Holiday, I have to be very careful of copyrighted material. That's why I don't use video clips. Some people use video clips, but in my mind, that's not the smartest thing to do. They risk a lot. Not my thing. So, yeah. Boy Meets World, I did enjoy. Wonder Years, I did not enjoy. And Doogie Howser, I used to watch as a kid, but I was really young. Really young. MASH, I've never been a fan of MASH. And, yeah, I've never really watched the show. Yeah, so Elsine, I think you've been on the channel, right? Supporting and been a subscriber for a long time. Asks, can you translate what Ricky says in Spanish into English from I Love Lucy? If you look up Rick9G I Love Lucy translations, or just look at my I Love Lucy playlist, you will see I made several videos on translations. Not everything, but I could make more. And I think a lot of you really like that stuff because you can actually understand what Ricky says, and I tell you pretty much word for word what he says, right? I'm fluent in Spanish, and so I can tell you that stuff. It's really cool because I've always taken it for granted. I'm like, okay, I get what he says. He never says anything really super crazy. He just says it in Spanish, and it's like, oh my goodness, or this crazy woman, or mira que barbaridad, this is like ridiculous, stuff like that. They're just expressions like that, nothing too crazy. Freaks and Geeks, nope. Murder, She Wrote, no. Never got into those shows. Let me see here. There was a couple other things. Gil Watson, love everything you do. The variety you do is great. Well, thank you. That is awesome. I appreciate that because on YouTube you get everything, right? You get people who love variety, and then you have people who want me to keep this channel 100% I Love Lucy. I can't do both, right? And so basically that's not going to happen. I can't keep it on one show, but I will always promise that I'll always, like, it's my favorite show, I Love Lucy. So I will always talk about that show. I will always talk about the Three Stooges at some point. What else? Gilligan's Island. Those are like my top three things. Hogan's Heroes. There's shows that I will never stop covering. And unfortunately, there's shows that I will probably never cover because I don't like them. And maybe other channels. There's a lot of classic TV channels now. They may cover every show or they might try to do that. It's not my style. I deep dive into the things that I love. That's how I find them. So here's a fun fact. A lot of people ask me, Rick, how do you find all these things? Well, part of it is I really love these shows and I watch them a lot. And I watch them over and over and over. And if I have no interest in the show, I'm not going to spot these things because I'm not going to really be watching or really engaged in the story or really watching what happened. So, yeah, that's a good point. Let me see here. Mama's Family, that show used to appear and I used to change it. It would scare me as a kid. Vicki Lawrence, right? She used to scare me when she played Mama. I know. Okay, I want to answer this one, and I usually don't discuss things like this, but I will answer this one because I want to say what the reality is, and this is based on everyone on set. Rick, is it true William Frawley was always drunk on the set? No. I want to say that very clearly. Bill Frawley, William Frawley, the guy who played Fred Mertz, was never drunk on the set. Never. N-E-V-E-R. Never. Yes, he was a drinker, and it got out of hand sometimes, but that was in his private life, and it did not interfere with his work. He was always a professional. If he were to ever show up inebriated on set, he would have gotten fired on the spot, and that was in his contract. That never happened. Okay, so he was a professional. I like to protect some of these actors and actresses because they're not here to protect themselves. And this information comes from Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball, who were his boss. Even Vivian Vance, even the crew on set would say that he was always on it. He was always performing and always professional. He was kind of quiet. He was funny. He would go on set, right? And as he would go on set, he would do his lines and so forth. He would kind of keep to himself, but he was really hilarious. Everyone said he was funny, even Vivian Vance. The whole Vivian Vance feud with Bill Frawley was blown out of proportion. They weren't best friends. There was friction, but they did not hate each other. There was not like this crazy thing. Verbal Volley's coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Verbal Volley. I want to highlight your super chat. $500. Oh my goodness. We'll send check tomorrow. Please keep doing these live streams. You are the bomb. No way. I was red because I got a tan, but I think that I am even more red right now. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You're all awesome. All that always goes back into the channel to be able to do giveaways and give back to all of you to be able to do what I do. Because if I can't have you guys supporting by watching, commenting, subscribing, I can't do what I do. So I thank you all for your amazing, amazing support. Thanks, Verbal Volley. You've been a supporter since the beginning, messaging me and just being very, very supportive. You're an honorary patron pretty much forever. So you are on every single video pretty much. So I appreciate that. You're awesome. And coming in with a super chat anyway, in addition, that's so cool. You're awesome. You're the best. I'm very humbled. Okay, so Lee Stoner says, I'm an information junkie. I am too. I'm on that route too, so believe me. I love what you do showing bloopers and the episodes of, I'm not sure what show that is. Sorry, I'm not sure what show that is. But you love continuity errors when Lily stirs a pot of oatmeal. Talking about Munsters? Was that maybe autocorrected? Maybe it was autocorrected. Let me see here. Yeah, Verbal Volley, amazing. A lot of you are amazing. A lot of you support me with super crazy likes, super crazy messages of positivity to like my Instagram and so forth. Just say, Rick, just keep. That is so valuable. Some of you want to support monetarily, and you do. Some of you buy my merchandise. Some of you send me letters. Some of you just watch every single video. Some of you actually watch the length of the video. A great way to support the channel that's free is watching the entirety of a video. Watch the ads. Don't skip the ads. Like, subscribe. If you do a combination of all of that, the more you do, the better. If you like to skip the ads, then hit subscribe. Hit like in every video. That helps, right? So there's so much people can do, and I appreciate all of you that do that. So that is awesome. I may do more videos on 80s and 90s shows, so don't worry. Ricky Nichols coming up with a $10 super chat. You're awesome, Ricky. You've been a great supporter, also a patron member. Ricky, you are awesome. Thanks so much for just being so amazing. Yeah, I'm going to put some aloe on later on, but absolutely. Thank you so much, Ricky. You are amazing. Greg Moorhead with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for being a supporter, coming in with a super chat. You are amazing. Awesome, awesome. Taisha, thank you for coming on the screen. Well, I made a video a couple days ago. Live stream was a couple weeks ago, so I'm here. I'm aware. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, because then you see every time that I'm on here. You are all amazing. You look at this. Look at all the support here. Aloe vera, taking care of me and so forth. Lady Agnes says, William Frawley was under contract not to drink and I Love Lucy, but it was not in his contract with My Three Sons. I'm not well known in terms of My Three Sons. I don't know much about the show, so I can't comment on that. If I don't know, I won't say that I know. I think that's super important. And so whenever I would say I wouldn't call myself an expert. I'm just a well-studied fan. I will let you know what I know and what I don't know, right? So that's great. And Livingston Boys and Frawley drank at lunch break on yesterday. See, I don't know. I only know about I Love Lucy, so I can't verify or go against that because I'm not sure. David Newcomb, thank you so much, David, for being, you say, new to the channel, saying great videos and love the info on all the classic shows. What are some of your favorite shows? Let me know. You're awesome. Chaz WR from Austin, Texas. Yeah, so Shiloh Easley, well, you do 90s shows. Yeah, I've done a lot of shows from the 90s because I think the 90s are some of my favorite shows, but I'm kind of hesitant because a lot of fans who watch me who are from the 50s and 60s are not real fans. And let me just say this, 99% of everyone here is super supportive, super positive, but I ask, if I happen to make a video and it's not your show or a show that you like, feel fine to skip it or just don't watch it. But if you're interested, want to support the channel, maybe try something new, go ahead and watch it. There are so many opportunities to learn new things, and I think that's awesome. So yeah, I want to make more 90s shows. I think most of the shows that I do love are from the 90s, 80s, and so forth. I mean, it's my era. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and so absolutely. Yeah, we have to see, Chris, a lot of that stuff. I need to see it confirmed by Rob himself. And maybe there are other sites and so forth. Maybe they're legitimate. But I have a way that I verify things before I post it on. So until I get that verification done, and it may well very be verified on one source, I have a couple that I must go through. So, I have my little vetting tool that I do, unless, and if I don't, I have to call it a rumor, right? So, absolutely. Yeah, so Bob Saget, I mean, that was a big one, right? And I did start talking about Full House a little bit and, visiting his grave and so forth. There are more that I want to visit, more people's graves that I do want to visit. And movie studios, I have so much information on history of movie studios, what happened to them. Being that I am from LA, the greater LA area, I can have easy access to this. So I can't tell you exactly where I'm going to be going, but I will tell you that I will be doing more on location places. And so if you are a fan of that, be sure to check it out. Be sure to subscribe, like the videos, and hit that notification bell so you know when those come. Absolutely. All right, so I'm trying to, okay, we're at 41 minutes. Okay, I'm going to do this. I want to know if there are any questions that you have leave it kind of free, because I've kind of talked about the monsters. I've talked about some of the videos that I've made recently. I don't think there's any last things that I want to add to that. Family Matters, I did make a video. Oh, I do want to talk about this one. Wait, before I leave it to open questions, which you can always ask anything you'd like, but I really was amazed by the support. Almost 50,000 views to this video, which is great for a channel like this, on the actor Harvey Keitel, right? The action actor. He's in a lot of action movies. Heat, and isn't he in Heat? I think he's in Heat, but he's in Monkey Trouble, and he's a lot of stuff with like Robert De Niro, right, and so forth. A lot of great films. That he was in Hogan's Heroes. It was his first role. It's kind of funny. Some people were saying it's not him, or I don't think it's him, and I don't know where they got that idea, but it's funny. There's always, people always want to say the opposite of everything you say, and that's kind of funny. But I definitely want to be able to do videos like that, because I think that's really cool, like the first role of some of these actors and these shows. So there's going to be more of that coming up. There may be one coming up very, very soon, the first role of a very famous actor very soon. And so keep that in mind. Keep it in your mental box, because there may be something and you'll be like, oh, I remember he said something about, that in the live stream. Oh, thank you so much, Tim. You're going to bed, but I appreciate you for being a supporter. Absolutely. Thank you so much. David Newcomb, did you hear that The Munsters was going to be on Netflix? To me, it's a rumor until it's confirmed by Bob. So there's a lot of rumors floating around. I saw that on another channel. I can't remember who said that. Yeah, see, that won't come from here, because, I talk about some rumors, but I definitely say it's rumor. And so I want to make sure that we limit the passing on of rumors until we know it's confirmed, because the last thing I want is for someone to say something is confirmed. I'm not saying that's what you're saying at all, but I've seen a lot of channels say things are confirmed when they're clearly not, and I really strive to make this channel something where I keep to the truth. Reliability's here. I have 7 years of my reputation where, all my videos have been on par with the truth, or at least versions of the truth of like different actors. I can present different viewpoints. I can also present theories. That's fun too. A theory that's what it is. You make a theory and it could be true, cannot be true, but it's all in good fun. At the end, this channel is entertainment. Whether it's teaching you something, whether it's making you laugh or feeling nostalgic, that's the important part, that this is entertainment, right? Jared W says, Harvey Keitel is a really fantastic actor for his work with Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro. Yeah, I was right then, right? Thank you for backing that up for me. To Quentin Tarantino, right, Pulp Fiction, there you go. And everything in between. He's done a lot of great work in his life. And I'm glad that I was able to highlight, I pretty much made like the first video on that, so I'm very excited, on Harvey Keitel, his cameo, his appearance in Hogan's Heroes. So cool to see him. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tom A, we watched that episode within a day or two of seeing your video about Harvey being in Hogan's Heroes. Thumbs up, you say. Well, thank you. I'm glad you were able to do that and make that connection and be able to see, like, what I love is to be able to highlight these things, and then all of you can go and watch these for yourself and be like, oh, it's there. Like, what Rick talked about is there. Like, this is not made up. Like, this is real. And it's almost like something that your eyes have passed by, but then once you see, you know, and it'll never go away, right? And that's the joy, and those experiences are what I want to bring to all of you. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to, talk bad about actors and actresses and cast and crew. I want to make you all light up, get that nostalgic feeling, and that feels so good. David says, cool, I've watched all your Monsters videos, love them. Well, I appreciate that. That does help the channel so much. The support means a lot to me, so I appreciate that. Scott Finkelstein or Finkelstein? I think Finkelstein sounds correct. Love the interview you did with Howard Kane's son. I'm glad you like that. I'm very proud of that. That was an exclusive interview. I've talked a lot with Lyle. Howard Kane's son is Lyle. He's a great guy. I still have his contact information. I'm not going to lie. One of the cool things about what I can do is if I have certain people's phone numbers. I have Howard Kane's son's phone number in my phone. I have Greg Oppenheimer, the son of the creator of I Love Lucy's number in my phone. I have the twins' phone number from I Love Lucy, who played Little Ricky. They're almost in their 70s now. The Mayer twins. I have their... So it's really cool to be able to say, like, you have their number and you can correspond. Like, I can just text them and be like, hey, what's up? The other day, I actually texted Lyle, Howard Kane's son. Not the other day. It's a couple months. And I was like, hey, just think about you. Hope everything is okay. He's like, oh, I'm glad you were able to touch base with me, Rick, and everything. And yeah, like, I like that. I like to be able to touch base with people and show them appreciation for appearing on the channel. I appreciate his time. He was great. I would love to have him on again, actually. I don't know if Lyle will watch this. He's probably a busy guy. But if he would love to come on, I would love it. I would love it. I would be really, really excited for that. Jerry Devilier. Jerry D is a fantastic supporter of the channel, a patron member, and I don't want to spoil it, but stay tuned. Jerry and my name, there will be something coming soon with a $50 super chat. Jerry, you're amazing. You're amazing. Being so generous, so awesome, saying, hey Rick, good to see you. I'm looking forward to working with you, Jerry. That's all I'll say. I don't want to spoil anything. I think I will ask all my subscribers to look out for Jerry, look out for his work, look out for something coming soon, something very, very exciting. I've got to pump this up because it's very exciting. It's coming very soon. So everyone remember the name, Jerry, Rick 9G, something coming up. And I want to be able to have you all remember this moment because this is going to be fun. This is good stuff. This is amazingly good stuff, right? And I want to be able to just put all this good vibes out. So thank you, Jerry, a million. Thank you a million. You've supported the channel like no other. And, I've been talking to Jerry a lot. Jerry's a great supporter. He's a fan of the channel and just does so much, not only, with like super chats and things like that, but just positive energy. He's like, Rick, we got to get you to 150. I'm like, oh, you're so nice. I'm appreciative. We'll get there. But it's more like I want to get these videos out to people so that they can see these actors, so that they can see this work and get the new generation. We need new generation of people watching these shows, don't we? Don't you all agree? Let me know in the chat, but absolutely. David, you should interview Norman Lear. If you have his information, if you know him, let me know, and that'd be great. Norma C, you like when I have special guests. It's not as easy as you think, so I do appreciate that, Norma. And what I mean is not as easy as you think. You get a million no's from people, and I cannot reveal who has said no to me, but a lot of big people have said no. I try not to take it personally because I understand they're busy. They're like, who is this kid who wants to talk to me? Who knows what he's going to talk about? I might fall asleep during the interview. That's what they may be thinking. Might be true. But maybe one day we'll get them on the channel. Maybe I can bug them enough and be so persistent that they'll be like, fine, Rick, I'll just go on your channel just so you stop bugging me. And then they'll be on the channel. So it may be worth it. But that is interesting. Okay, let's see. Focus, Rick. Verbal Volley says, what is your opinion of the Connecticut episodes? You know, I've been so off camera. I watch a lot of these videos and episodes for fun. I'm actually in season 6 of I Love Lucy now. I've been watching the end. I may jump back to like season 1 or maybe go back to like the European episodes after this. I don't know. The Connecticut episodes are really, really slow paced. That's not a bad thing. It's just another level of calming down, being really slow, being fun in another way. I do appreciate them for what they are. I feel that they've kind of lost steam in the quick pace season 3 and season 4 of I Love Lucy. It's not going to Hollywood, getting this done, looking to movie stars. It feels like they're in the country because they're slower paced. The set is big and takes them a long time. They actually said this, that if you notice, the Connecticut set is really large. It encompasses more space than the living room apartment in the previous episodes or in the previous seasons. So it took them a long time to walk from the front door all the way to like the kitchen. And so that slowed down the pace of the show. And yeah, it's just something to be really interesting about. Yes, I'm very aware of Richard Keith or Keith Thibodeau. And yeah, I would be very pleased and honored if he'd be on the channel. Absolutely. Thank you, Randy, for your awesome work, as always. So, Scott Baker says, Rick, are you going to do more Andy Griffith Show bloopers? I've never done any Andy Griffith, anything. No videos on Andy Griffith ever. As a little kid, I used to watch the show here and there, but it was never my favorite, and so I don't know much about the show. I know Adam the Woo's a big fan. He loves Three's Company. It's one of my favorite shows. He also loves Family Matters, one of my favorite shows. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I would love to do some collaboration with Adam the Woo, but I think I'm just a little ant right now. I'm not on his radar, so he's a busy guy. He's always going from state to state and, you know, everywhere. So maybe one day. Yeah, Jared, they are a lot slower. Not bad. It's just a different vibe, right? Yeah, David N. says, Rick, knowing you are a fan of Lucy, have you ever been to Jamestown, New York? You'll love this, David. Probably after this live stream, you're going to have to check out 3 videos. I made a trip specifically to Jamestown, New York. I did a few years ago, 2018, I believe. And I said, why don't I just visit New York City, right? And so I did that. I bussed across the whole state from Manhattan, basically, and then bussed all the way to Jamestown, which is basically on the west coast of the state, to Niagara Falls, saw Niagara Falls, went to Jamestown, New York, showed the whole Lucy and Desi Museum. I have 3 videos on that. One of New York, one of the Lucy Desi Museum, and everything Lucy. So it's like a 30-minute video. It's very long, but it covers all the sites and stuff. And the last one is of Niagara Falls and so forth. So if you want to check that out, I think you should really do that. I think you would like it. Yes, so very, very cool. I think a lot of you like that. Well, I want to thank all of you for your love and support. Thanks to everyone for the super chats, for getting the merchandise. If you're interested in that, getting something from the channel, shirts, mugs, even leggings. I have special Rick 9G leggings. I have all this cool stuff that I think a lot of you will like and check out. It's a great way to keep the be hopeful message positive. I'm all about be hopeful and be positive. I don't always meet that standard, but I always strive for it. And so I hope all of you too. I hope that a lot of you will be able to keep that message too, especially during these times. So thank you so much for the support. Love all the support you're showing. I hope I can make your day by just, you know, continuing to make these videos. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, everyone, be hopeful.